It shot up over one weekend by about 10%. Welcome everyone to Tyler's World Coins. Today's video we're going to go over the performance of the four main precious metals during 2021. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium, which this is not. This is just a centennial quarter. I don't have any palladium. I'd be surprised if you do. We'll talk about that more. So 2021, it's been, well, let's just say a year, right? That's about all there is to say. Been a lot of excitement around some of these metals. So we're going to go over each metal, its price changes over the year, what led to those. And then we'll go into my predictions for 2022. All of this information here is not investment advice. I am not an advisor. You should have a financial advisor if you're investing. My advice is probably as good as the next silverback gorilla. So with no further ado, let's jump in. Now let's start with gold. What can I say? Gold is gold. It'll stand out of the crowd if it's next to other precious metals. It's been a huge store of wealth throughout history. It tends to be a go-to investment during recessions. We've seen that in the past. Not always, but often. And what did gold do this year? Well, let's dive in. Gold started out at $1,877 per troy ounce and reached its year peak on January 5th. It did not get any better for those of you holding gold than January 5th. From there, it went down. Actually, I remember this 1950 price or so. You were looking at like a $2,200 retail price for a 1 ounce gold at that time because the premiums, plus this high. But that quickly changed and gold went down, reached a bottom of $1,678. At this point I was thinking, wow, let's go to 1,500. Let's make gold affordable again and I'll buy some. And that didn't happen either. A lot of volatility from there. Gold did crawl back up to about 1908, but it seemed to want to sit at 1800 for the rest of the year, and that's really what it's done over the past month. And we've ended the year, we're basically at the end of the year, right? We're at 1806 for the spot price of gold. So what did that do? Well, if you count from the beginning and that open price of December 28th, 2022, the peak at the max here on the 5th of January, we were up 4%. That was really the best part of the year if you're a gold holder. If you're a gold buyer, your best chance was when it went 11% down here in about March. From the whole year, we're looking at about 4% down for gold. Gold has been pretty steady here. It's really been the most steady of the precious metals. Next up, gold's little brother, silver. There's not as much silver being used for storage of wealth. Gold is definitely more the go-to, but silver is fun. Silver is great because it's stackable. It's around that price range where it's valuable and it's fun to hold. Now, silver had an interesting year. And if you know anything about silver, that's an understatement. Silver became victim of the hype of Wall Street bets. I'm sure you've all heard of it, but in the small chance you didn't, there was some shorting going on, and a bunch of Redditors caught wind of it, and they started to buy and short squeeze these short sellers. And they succeeded, and they did it to the GME GameStop stock, and they did it to AMC and a few others too. During that crazy time, fun heady days, there was talk of silver getting squeezed too, and it didn't get squeezed. I don't think we as consumers of silver bullion had any idea how much control there is over the silver market by banks. So there really wasn't a chance that we're going to sway that one. The reason why GME worked is because it was really only a few $1 billion. But silver caught that fever. It shot up over one weekend by about 10%. just in that weekend. And that was a huge move. It's clearly the biggest move of the year. And it fizzled out almost as quickly. Now, silver remained pretty strong, well above $25 for the first half of the year, well into the middle of the year, and then things got a little choppy here in the second half of the year. We saw an all-time low of about 21.46, it looks like, there in September. Where are we at now? Well, we're at 23. The overall change for the year, as you can see there at the bottom, we're down about 13%. So for all of the excitement of the beginning of the year and thinking there's a new normal for silver, no, it just came back down. I think there's definitely more people collecting silver than ever. You know, the silver forums online are much more popular now than they were a year ago. But despite all that, you know, silver is obviously driven by forces other than bullion purchases. It's a very industrial metal, and the world economy is suffering right now. Likewise, if you're concerned about bank manipulation, maybe there's plenty of that going on. But for whatever reason, silver's down, and it's down quite a bit more than gold. And on to our third metal, platinum, which I find very difficult to distinguish from silver, just looking at it. They're very similar in color. Platinum is not a very popular bullion coin, but it has a following. It definitely has a lot of options beyond just the 1 ounce American platinum eagle. Platinum is culturally, important. In a lot of spaces, we consider platinum better than gold. I mean, clearly the U.S. Mint thinks that because they put the face value at $100, whereas the gold eagle only has a $50 face value. When you get a platinum record, that's clearly better than gold. Platinum's around. It is very driven, though, by industrial usage, and because it's not as popular of a bullion store of wealth, it will get moved more by industry. Again, these are all my opinions. It used to be the most expensive bullion metal. Platinum was displaced by palladium. Both are used in catalytic converters, and there is likely not very many catalytic converters manufactured in 21 due to COVID. This whole supply chain, cars aren't coming off the lines as fast. There's a lot of things missing, a lot of chip shortages. And so it's having this blow-up effect, and it's hurting the price of these underlying metals. The future prospects are also in question. If platinum's main industrial usage is catalytic converters, we're going to be seeing less of those in the future. I mean, we're all going electric. Platinum started out the year at 1,042. Had a few peaks. Its all-time peak for the year came in February on the 19th. It reached a high of 1,290. The valley first hit 900. Ooh, that was low back in September. But it very quickly recovered. So it didn't seem like that was going to be the new normal. And platinum continued to rise, but platinum's been playing, nearly below $900 at times this past month. It looks like it's been a pretty good time to buy, and it may still be. Now, who knows what platinum's going to do next year? We're definitely seeing a low for platinum, which is very interesting because, at its peak, it was up almost 24% from where it started the year. The worst it's done is 14% below. It's had a bit of a rally in the second half of December, so we're sitting at just 6% below the start of the year. And finally, the odd duck of bullion, palladium. Now, I unfortunately have some first-hand experience with palladium in the area of jewelry. I bought an engagement ring. She said no, it was made of palladium. Now, I'm not going to hold that against the metal, but I am never going to buy another palladium ring. At least for now, I don't have plans to buy a palladium eagle, but, maybe someday. In fact, I kind of almost wish I did around December 16th or the 15th when palladium dropped all the way down to 1,549, well below the price of gold, which is insane because the high for the year was nearly $3,000. Palladium's all over the place, right? Palladium is clearly driven by industry, by factors other than bullion collectors. You don't see this kind of volatility with people buying or selling palladium coins. It started the year at 2,339, so we're clearly down quite a bit, about 15% off the start. The only real coins I'm aware of for palladium are the American Eagles. I believe Canada makes a palladium, but that if you go to any major bullion site and you browse the palladium section, you'll see it's pretty slim pickings there. And the premiums, oh, don't get me started on the premiums. It took finally this, sub 1600 depression. This is where the premiums started to ease up. But what I've observed is that as the price goes down, they just increase the premium. I mean, the U.S. Mint doesn't care. They charge $2,600 or so for these all year, and that's what the price is currently. The premium, I think the best price I saw at my local coin shop was $1,900 for a Palladium Eagle, and that was somewhere around this dip in the value. And now it's already shot way back up to like $2,200-$2,300 probably. So Palladium's an odd duck. I don't own it. If you own it, tell me about it. Tell me how you feel about it. It's definitely the strangest one of the four. So in summary, here you can see the four metals and their performance. And of course, gold, like I said, is the most stable of the coins. Everything is down. It's a down year, folks. Precious metals came out of the year much lower than they entered. Some more than others. Gold's pretty much where it was. Silver, palladium, and to some degree platinum are all down by quite a bit. And that's interesting too, because there were some very high highs for silver, palladium, platinum. Gold we didn't see that much out of. It was a year of some bullish sentiment, some weirdness with the Wall Street bets on silver. Let's try and predict next year, right? So here we go. This is going to be on YouTube, so clearly we can see how well I did a year from now. You just got to be patient and wait. Well, let's start with gold. Here's what I got. I got gold up 4%. I say 2022, let's recover what we lost. Platinum. I'm going to say platinum goes up 10%. I'm going to say it recovers up to about 1,074, which really doesn't seem like that much, but the 10% would be significant. Generally, I think the economy will do better next year. Again, just my silly opinions. Palladium, let's split the losses from 2021. Let's recover half of them. Let's put palladium at 2130. That should keep the US Mint happy. They should probably keep their premiums about the same. No one will continue to buy the Palladium Eagles because that's how it's always been. And finally, silver. And this one, yep, I gotta put a downvote on one of these, and it's gonna be silver. The reason why I'm picking on silver is because I think it's the most manipulated of these. I mean, I really don't have a reason to think why it would go up or down, but I kind of want it to go down. I'm always conflicted, right? Because if it goes down, we get to buy silver for cheaper. Our fun, shiny stacker metal gets cheaper. And I kind of want that to happen. I kind of like it. But I also look at all this, the small stack I have now and think, gosh, it'd be nice if that was worth more. But I'm going to be a long-term stacker. I'm going to collect over time. So let's see silver go down 10% next year. Maybe we can throw in a silver squeeze in a few years. That might be fun. Well, folks, those are my predictions, and I'm sticking to them. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be producing much more content like this. I hope you enjoyed the channel. If you do, like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I've had the opportunity to grow to over 100 subscribers this year, which feels awesome, and I'm very thankful for that. And so you're all part of that, and I appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day and a happy new year, which is just around the corner. So take care and be safe, and we'll see you soon.